Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I Can Slice here. Just do me a big favor before you get into the video. If you can just go down there, smash that subscribe button, very greatly appreciated. Azuki will be happy, very happy if you just go down there and hit that like button. Also, while you're down there subscribing and commenting and let us know what you love or hate about the video, and hope you enjoy it. Hi guys, this is Steven and Benjamin 2 seconds in the future from the last episode.
Or one day in the future for you.
Or 2 weeks if I keep on my normal uploading schedule.
Hopefully that's not the case.
I actually should probably upload an episode now, actually.
You probably should.
But I have to get on that computer right there to pull the file off so I can do it.
So it's here somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think it costs a lot of money, but there's a way to cheese it.
By the way, man, why didn't you comment on the latest videos?
Rob is drawing thumbnails.
Let's rest the spell.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were drawing anime titties.
That is correct. It's way more important.
I.e. thumbnails.
That's it.
What is? Pure
Pirate's-
leaf salad.
That's Pyra's favorite.
Cool. You just have to give her 4 of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then give her 4 of them, man. What are you doing? What are you waiting
No,
for?
no, it's the John Ossie tea I had to give her for.
Oh,
We didn't do that.
cool.
That's what we need.
Inherited Corpus. How do we cheese that?
There's a money glitch, which would be good to do.
Let's do it.
So it's actually not a glitch. It's a way to get money. So we need to look it up.
Awesome.
One
I
second.
guess I'll go grab my nice new iPad, look it up.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna head to Moradane and get the Genasi tea that Pyra needs.
You're a lot more energetic than you were when you first got here.
I am.
Yeah, when you first got here, like really quiet. I was like, oh, this is awkward.
Well,
You're awkward. You're awkward.
yeah, I'm an awkward guy. You know?
You're an awkward person.
This is true.
Okay, so I need to. So we're looking for money glitch.
Yeah. Actually, I think Genasi tea's in Araya.
Bullseye out for trouble. Where do we go from here?
Let's see. I remember it being here. Where the heck is it? Isn't it in Araya? It is in Araya. That's where it was, right? It's got to be in that camp. Right?
Dude, I really like this Apple Pencil.
Dude, I do too.
Up to 1 million gold an hour. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
So it'll take us 30
that.
minutes to get that.
So I think that's the most efficient.
Oh, you know what? I actually started watching this before. Okay, let's watch it again.
G'day guys, Lemon Eating Cow here, and today starts
You mind pausing that for me?
series of
Pausing the recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Pause. I'm not getting any of this.
So me and Ben did some research completely on our own
Oh, yes.
by looking at a guy's video on YouTube.
Yes.
And yeah, we figured out how to get money pretty fast. Also, I was telling Ben my favorite drink in the world is water. And I said, I love water so much, I'm practically made of this stuff. And Ben didn't laugh. I had to tell him that you need to laugh at that. So that was funny. He's like, okay, that is kind of funny. If you're a kid. So whenever I was in Japan, I actually, when I first got there, I drank kind of a lot of alcohol, but also was drinking like sodas and stuff like that, and like juice. And eventually it got to the point where I was like, man, I need to stop drinking so much sugar. And like, so I started drinking water with every single meal. And you know what, man? Probably the best choice I've ever made in my life. Not only do I save money whenever I go out to eat, because I'm not like getting sodas and stuff like that and getting drinks, but on top of that, it's just I felt like a lot better. Like drinking like a lot of soda and sugary drinks and stuff like that, like it's just, you don't realize like how much is hurting your body until like you get it out of your body. Don't I sound like a freaking vegan?
I guess so.
I sound like a vegan talking about water. Yeah, so I think this is the guy you trade to, right? Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah, so he said salvage, and then sell him as much as you can. And yeah. Is he doing it? Oh, wow. Am I getting money?
I think so.
Oh, I am. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I guess we already had a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We
But
are
anyways-
going.
But anyways, the
Got
reason I
some
switched to drinking basically water with every meal, as opposed, or I'll drink water, I'll drink something with 0 calories. So for instance, I'll drink like Coke Zero or like Diet Coke or Sprite Zero if I really want a soda. But the main reason I did that is because I started gaining a lot of weight. And I was like, well, crap, I need to be skinny. So I switched to drinking water. Look, development level 2. Awesome. But yeah, I went from like 155 to like 170, and I was like, yeah, I think I need to stop drinking, you know, what I was drinking.
I need to stop drinking sodas as well.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, it seems like a daunting task at first, but once you start, it's just more just kind of getting into the habit of just drinking different stuff.
I need to see my money.
Because the 2 things I did is I stopped drinking.
Oh yeah.
I stopped drinking water. Okay, 3 things I did. I stopped drinking sodas and stuff like that, which goes hand in hand with the second one, which is cut down on my intake of sugar. And then the last one, what was the last one? Cut down on my intake of sugar. Oh yeah, and also cut down on my salt intake as well.
Alright, we're gonna do 30 of them.
Okay.
She just drew a heart with fire.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
I
Dude,
know
I'm
she
telling
did
you,
that.
dude, I'm telling you, Bridget is freaking awesome.
She is low key
Solid,
hot.
solid A tier.
Solid S tier. What do you mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Those boobs don't quit.
So we had basically we talked about this. We griped about this a lot. But we've only had 1 episode that they said we cannot upload the thumbnail, and it's literally a picture of Bridget wearing a costume you can wear in the game, doing swimsuit model pose, and I'm still salty.
Yeah, but I bet we could show it in a video without making the thumbnail, and it would get no one.
I bet you if I uploaded it at a later date to another video about Bridget, it would be fine.
Yeah.
I think it's just the first one got flagged, and whenever we made the second one, they just flagged it for some stupid reason.
Great. And let's keep this up, and we'll win for sure.
My thoughts exactly.
That was a drawn-out battle.
So drawn.
Treasure acquired.
So you got no stories for me, man?
Let's see.
Can't wait.
Trying to think here.
All
What's
right.
something crazy that's happened to me?
This
I mean, the
looks
cool
like
thing
it'll be
about my
something
stories is like I don't really remember them on the spot. They kind of just come back to me. But I have like a lot of stories about living in Japan. Like maybe eventually I'll tell you the story about how I slept on the beach
Okay. Bring
Okay.
it on.
overnight.
Rick, our emotions are in tune, Rex.
We can do this all day.
I could
So
take it
let's
all
see.
Treasure acquired.
I could tell you about. What
Time
could
for
I
some
tell you
treasure
about?
hunting.
I can tell you about my experiences with aliens.
Sure, go ahead.
All right.
Alright, this is pretty weird.
Does it involve a nano probe?
Nah, that doesn't happen.
So you didn't really have a good. You really didn't have an experience with aliens, did you?
Well, I didn't personally know, but I have heard stories.
Okay.
So, I kind of actually starts with my dad though. So my dad lives in Alabama,
Our emotions are in tune.
and
Alabama.
he was the son of a used car salesman.
Okay.
So not the richest guy in the world.
Blindfolded.
His dad had a little bit of land,
Treasure acquired.
and they would always play outside, like when they were kids.
As kids do.
Yes. So while they were playing outside,
I can't wait.
Uncle Lloyd, Dad's older brother, noticed a white orb in the woods.
Interesting.
And so they noticed it was lowering, like going down. And so they ran towards it. And they got within 5 feet of this strange orb. And Dad said it was like about the size of a basketball. And then when they got near it, it like exploded
Go on.
in white light. But it wasn't like a real explosion. It was like, like just a flashbang, sort of.
Yeah.
And then they woke up
I can't wait.
on the ground in the woods where they were, not knowing what the heck happened.
Interesting.
All right.
So, another friend of mine, his name was John,
I love the
he had an
smell of
experience with his
salvage.
grandpa. So, they were in his grandpa's Cadillac, driving down the road, and they noticed some weird lights following them. And so they looked in the rearview mirror and like, what the heck is that? And so they tried to get away from it, and they kept driving. And they looked down at the clock, and it was like 3 a.m. because they were driving back
Oh, I know
home.
where this is going.
Yeah. And
Lost time, right?
they blacked out, woke up on the side of the road, parked, and they had lost an hour.
That sounds like me last night where, like, I was normal, and the next thing I know, like, I just kind of blacked out and I woke up in another room.
Well, that was alcohol. We all know that. Let's be honest here.
It's a weird feeling.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. And, okay, so then my personal experience with this as well. I also had a lost time experience when I was a kid. So I was sleeping in my room, and I was staring at the clock because I think it was like either Christmas or New Year's. And I was just staring at the clock because I was supposed to be in bed. And I remember a bright light flashing, and then I saw like this silhouette of this monster-looking thing. I heard laughing, and then I watched the clock change from like 3 on the dot to 4 on the dot.
Interesting.
And I was really freaked out, and I ran down to my parents. And they were super mad at me for doing that at that time.
That kind of reminds me of that weird story where I, like... So remember that story I told you about, like, whenever that, like, little girl came out of my wall?
Yes.
Like the tiny, like, not like little girl, like child size.
Borrower
like,
story.
It's like literally like a little girl that's like the size of like a doll.
Yeah.
And it creeped me out, dude. Ever since that point happened, dude, for probably like 10 years after that, I literally slept underneath my covers. Like, I just scared the crap out of me. And I had several experiences with that.
You know, they would probably be way more scared of you if they exist than you are of them.
So I guess I'll go ahead and tell that story. I know I told it to you off air.
No, you told it on air. So
No, I didn't tell it on air. I told it to you beforehand, and we were going to record it, and we got sidetracked.
Okay.
I told you the story about, the one I told you the story about when I was at my friend's house, and his garage door, like the door to his garage, like jingled, like the door handle started like jiggling, and then the door opened and slowly just went.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, huh. So anyways, the story, I'll try to keep it short and sweet at the same time, but when I was like 3 years old, randomly actually let me start from the beginning. When I was like 3 and 4, I would sometimes wake up in the middle of the night and I would hear voices.
That's scary.
Yeah, like I would hear like full-blown conversations going on. And, you know, some people might be like, oh, it might have been your parents watching TV, stuff like no, everybody's asleep in the house. And I would just be sitting in my bed, just kind of like petrified, just too scared to move because it's like, what the heck is this conversation? And it was like really like adult sounding conversations, not like something that a kid would typically say. Like I understood the words they were saying, but I didn't understand the meaning of what they were trying to talk about. So it was like the level of like communication these people were using was way beyond my 3-4-year-old brain. But anyways, they were talking, like I would hear these noises all the time and these like voices randomly. And then like, you know, it always ended with like, you know, be okay, well, let's go inside, blah, blah, and hear a door open, a door close, and then just silence after that point. So anyways, one night when I was like probably 3, I woke up and I actually slept in a bed with like rails on the side because it was actually supposed to be like the top part of a bunk bed, but it was actually just used as like a single bed. But anyways, I woke up and there was actually a picture hanging above my bed. Like, so where I sleep, like if I were to sit up in my bed, right behind me, there's a picture hanging on the wall.
Gotcha.
And so I heard something, sat up, heard something, turned around, and there was this little doll-sized girl in a blue dress. Oh, you messed up, man.
At first, I instead of me.
So this like doll-sized girl is like standing like on this little ledge above the picture and just staring at me. And so I was like, what the heck? So I started talking to her. Like, you know, like, hey, who are you? Blah, 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 being like friendly. And then she just like keeps staring at me. And I'm like trying to talk to her. She's like not really responding to me. She's just staring at me. And then she randomly just reaches out and grabs my nose. Scaring the living crap. Because it wasn't like, oh, she just reached out like really slow. It was like straight up like, psst. She like reached out like that. Obviously, y'all guys can't see it, but literally like just jumps out and just grabs me by the nose. And I got scared. Dude, I got scared shitless. Like I was scared to death. So I screamed. She let go. Freaking me out looking over there. What's going on?
This looks like it'll be something
So anyways,
good.
One of those talking borrowers randomly in your house.
so I freaked out, screamed, let go, jumped off the ledge onto the railing of my bed. 'Cause like I said, the railing of my bed, it was like a wooden bed that had like the railing around, like it's like a top bunk, but it wasn't the top part of the bunk. My dad took it down and he just used it as like a regular bed in my room. But anyways, so she jumped off the ledge onto the railing of my bed, ran down to the foot of my bed, ran across, jumped down. I heard a door open, a little door open, and a little door close.
Oh, I can't
You think that's the end of the story?
No, go ahead.
So after that happened, obviously I'm scared to death.
Alright.
So I jump out of bed, run downstairs, find my mom who's sleeping, her in their bedroom, and I'm like, "Can I please sleep there? Please sleep with you." I just told her what happened. She's like, "Ah, stupid little kid, being a kid, whatever. Yeah, you can sleep with me." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." Because the big thing for me is I just didn't want to be alone at that point. That was just too scary. So what ended up happening next was my mom fell asleep and I was just kind of like laying in bed because obviously I had the crap scared out of me by this like little borrower doll-sized girl. Is that another core crystal? Oh, that's a
No.
ox core. Anyways,
You're all mine.
so the way that my parents' room was, is that their bed was facing a wall. So like, obviously up against the wall when like you're sleeping, like if you look straight ahead where your feet would be, there was like a set of windows that run all the way along their bedroom. And you could see our backyard.
Alright.
Not like the whole backyard, but you could like see, so we had a backyard period and then there was like, it's kind of like your house, how your house has like the little area along the side that's like really slim.
Yeah.
It's like that, except my parents' windows had windows where you could see out there and you could see out that. So anyways, I'm sitting there, obviously scared to death. My mom falls asleep. I'm still awake and I'm just thinking about what happened. Well, the blinds to those windows are only part way down. Not all the way down, so it's just enough that you can
That's
see.
a core crystal.
Just found the
Yeah,
shiniest
so
trinket.
probably, I'd say there's probably like maybe this, so maybe like a foot. It had like a foot where you could actually see outside.
Okay.
And so anyways, I see a human-sized girl now
Time for some
in a blue
treasure.
dress walking along the window. Outside the window, I mean. So walking along, they stop, turn towards the window, like look inside. They don't look down to where like the grid is, like you just see them like walking. So like this part right here,
The smell of salvaging.
you see them like walking, you see them turn, then they turn, they just kept walking. And yeah, man.
Wow.
Okay.
What color dress was the girl that I told you I saw was wearing?
Blue.
And what, this girl also had a blue dress. So
Yes.
it made me think that I thought it was like some kind of magic stuff. But I don't know, man. I really do believe that like kids can see stuff. Like I think they really do see stuff. And when you get older, it's like the people that can only hear like certain noises, certain frequencies until a certain age, and they can't hear anymore. I feel like something like what kids' brains developing, they can literally see stuff that we can't see.
So is there like an alternate dimension of like gnomes that are only visible to kids?
I don't know, man. That's what it feels like. And that wasn't the only time I had an experience with like little people like that, man.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's scary, man. Like I said, I literally would sleep underneath my blanket, underneath the covers, like cover
It's
my
weird
entire
that you
body.
had multiple experiences with that.
She's a titan.
Yeah.
Makes me think.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I called her a Dwark. I called it Dwark.
Drawer.
That was the name I came up with. I don't know how I came up with it or what, but I called them Dwarks.
It's an interesting name.
I guess that makes sense when I'm thinking about it. I don't know where it came up, but now thinking about it, it kind of makes me think of like a doll and dark. Like I mixed them together or something.
Dark.
Yeah.
You just call them dark dolls. That seems a little bit cooler.
Yeah, well, I called them Dwarks because I was like 3 years old. I don't know where I came up with that name.
It's creative.
Maybe they telepathically told me that they're called Dwarks or something like that.
How much are you willing to entertain the possibility that you might have made it up? Is it like not at all, or is it that it might be a possibility because you were 3 and had an active imagination?
Well, obviously, I think about that too.
Okay.
But whenever I tell people about the story, everywhere you go in the world, they always have stories about little people coming out of walls. Because even when I was in Japan, I was talking to my coworker, my Japanese coworker, about it, and he was like, "Oh, that's like a sign of like good luck or whatever." You know, children, whenever children see like the little people in the walls.
Yeah.
So it's like part of me feels that maybe I was like overactive imagination at the time, but it just felt so real. And the fact that like other people have had very similar experiences, it's kind of like aliens, like your alien story. Some people are like, yeah, aliens don't come to Earth, whatever. But some people are like, no, dude, that crap's real, you know?
Well, I mean, the Pentagon basically confirmed aliens are already here.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, the Navy released
Yeah.
footage.
They have a lot of unexplained things that happen. So I have a theory about aliens too that I want to posit. That I don't know if anybody has positive, or if they have, it's probably in some deep sci-fi book somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Aliens. They're not aliens. They're people from the future.
You know, I've always thought about, like, whenever, especially when you're telling that story about your grandfather,
Not my grandfather.
or your friend's grandfather, sorry.
Yeah.
It made me think, like, what if those aren't aliens that are doing that? What if that's literally people with, like, just super advanced technology?
Can't wait.
Yeah, what if they have super advanced technology, but the gene pool has become so crappy that they have to harvest, like, ancient human, you know, baby-making juice.
Maybe.
You think that's possible? I don't know.
I mean, I guess so.
I must be doing good because the treasure chests are not loading all the way.
You're all mine.
Well, look at that. But I guess I could tell you another story about my experience with the Drakes, because, like, it was
Dwarks, we have a name for them now.
Time
Yeah.
for some
Amazing.
treasure hunting.
I've always called them Drakes, man. I don't know where it came from. Just something I came up with, I guess. But yes, I do entertain the possibility that maybe I did dream it, or maybe it didn't happen. But
Dude, I could make Dwarks into a D&D
Come up
race.
with a load of
It's pretty
Really?
neat. We work on that.
yeah.
Well, we got a lot of stuff. Holy cow. Go ahead.
Oh, another one not as epic as the last one I just told.
Bring it on.
But like whenever I was like 4 or 5, I used to wake up in the middle of the night and just go downstairs and watch like cartoons. You know, like in the middle of the night, like you could like watch like really old cartoons, like old school, like from like the 60s and 70s, and like I
When
guess
Boomerang was a midnight channel and part
It
of
was-
Cartoon Network.
it was before that, but it was like the precursor to Boomerang.
It was like it had like a box. I know which show you're talking about. I used to watch it all the time.
But
Oh gosh, do you remember it opened a box and there was like hay inside the box?
I
well,
love the smell
so
of
the shows I would
salvage.
watch, like Space Ghost, like the original Space Ghost would come on at nighttime. I'd watch that. Just shows like that from that like time period.
Okay.
But anyways, I would.
That's
I,
an adult TV show.
no, you're talking about Space Ghost Coast to Coast. That's the adult one. It used to be a children's cartoon show.
I like your attitude.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's called Space Ghost or whatever.
Oh, like the Harvey Birdman Attorney
Yeah.
Law thing.
So, anyways, I would go downstairs and I'd go like watch cartoons in the middle of the night. You know, I'd probably wake up like 4 or 5, whatever, watch cartoons, go to school, whatever. And then one night, I went downstairs and I was just being a kid, doing kid stuff, doing goofy things. You know, what your son is like how he kind of like goes around, just kind of like does like weird stuff. Not like weird stuff, but you like hopping around, doing stuff like that. You're doing kid stuff.
Yeah.
So like I went downstairs and I was hopping around like a little kid does, like 4 or 5-year-old does. And then I looked between my legs, and there was a wall behind me, and I just kind of like looked between my legs, and all of a sudden, like when I looked between my legs, there was a door, and the door opened. A little person ran out, looked around, turned around, went back in the door, closed it, and I was like, "What the heck?" I jumped up and I turned back around to see, and the door was gone. And then another time,
It only exists underneath when you look between your legs.
yeah. So, anyways, another time, I literally saw my cat swatting at one of these little tiny people. I was like, "What the heck?" And then I blacked out, and I woke up later.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was weird.
This looks like it'll be something good.
I remember doing this.
You
I mean,
did?
This is why I hate Sheba so much. This. Now I remember why I have such negative emotions towards this character.
Come on, man. She just wants to start a harem.
It's only in the Japanese version. In this version, she's much worse.
Really?
Yes.
You're all mine.
A lot more annoying.
You're all mine.
Man.
Let's see where we're at. Money. Cool.
we got
made
20,000.
We made 10,000 from this so far.
Time for some treasure hunting.
Cool.
Time for some treasure hunting. I missed it.
Time. Onwards.
Well, at least he jumped off. It didn't stop.
Watch him like hit the side of the tree and die.
It's like, well, and then all of a sudden, what's her face just turns back to a core crystal. Well, actually, she would just die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she would die too. For those who don't know, we're talking about Pyra.
Pyra would die and the game
What is
would
that?
be over. It's a core crystal.
Raise us some more.
We have 3 of them. We're gonna open them
Well, we got
at
9
the
minutes.
end of this video. At the end of this video. Is there some way to speed this process? I'd appreciate it. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe.
Man, do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Okay. So here, I believe in so we're all made up of electricity, right?
Yep.
Electricity can travel through the air, correct?
As long as there's something for it to travel through, yeah.
I think people can leave imprints of themselves on this earth. I don't think they're conscious beings. But I think you can get imprints of consciousness.
Yeah.
And that's what ghosts are, in my opinion. They're like little electric imprints of consciousness left to the world by dead people.
Question. When you were like a kid, if it was like pitch black or like really dark, would you see stuff?
I mean, everyone does, to a degree.
Treasure acquired.
Because you can hallucinate.
Yeah, like, it feels like when I was a kid, I would hallucinate in darkness all the time. Like, if it was dark, no sound, nothing's going on, I would see stuff. And I told you about this a couple weeks ago. It's like my room in the first house I lived in. I could look out I could lean up in my bed and look out the door, and straight out my door was a bathroom door. And I would like see like, for instance, I would see like a girl putting on makeup and like getting ready in the mirror, but it's like pitch black in there. I could just kind of just see like a little bit. It was just weird stuff like that. I'd like see like people standing around inside my room and doing stuff. One of the weird things I would always see is just like, it was like red orbs would like start falling from like my ceiling and stuff like that. I know this sounds weird. I probably sound crazy, but I really think it's just overactive imagination as a kid, or so. I think something about kids' brains developing causes them to see stuff that's not there.
I mean, it can. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
So close.
So close to what?
Oh, being done with these cylinders so I can go turn in my stuff.
And then do it again.
And then do it again. Oh my gosh.
So for y'all people that don't know what's going on here, basically you just salvage a lot of stuff, and then you go to a guy that basically buys bulk salvage, and you just sell it to him, and he gives you money, and he gives you what are those called? Amplifier thingies?
I guess so.
Yeah, like the little amplifier things that you get whenever you release blades. You get like Justice 1 or Compassion 1 is supposed to be like to raise your odds of getting certain blades, but it literally doesn't work.
Yeah. None of that stuff works.
Justice. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Come on.
Onwards.
Who was your favorite Titan?
My favorite Titan?
Yes.
Gramps.
Gramps?
Yeah.
Azaza or whatever his name is?
Azurda.
Azurda, yeah.
Yeah, Gramps is my favorite because he's a nice little cozy home. And I like nice little cozy homes.
What you want, doggy?
He's a tiny home, that's what he is.
My dog's staring at me. She wants something.
She wants to get in the cage with her sister.
She probably wouldn't mind. You're so cute. You're so pretty.
And not have German Shepherd like your sister. I'm
She
kidding.
looks like she's German Shepherd, doesn't she? But I have the paperwork that says she's full Sheba. So from the
One thing
AKC.
that kind of stands against that paperwork is the fact that she's bigger than Sakura.
Well, Sakura's a mini Sheba.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she's what's called a Mame Sheba. Mame meaning bean. And they call them bean red brushwood dogs. Bean meaning like tiny.
You should
These-
rename Azuki Big Bean.
Actually, you know what's funny? Now you mention it, her name is actually means little bean.
Yeah, I know. Name her Big Bean instead.
Yeah.
What would be? What's Big Bean?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my wife.
Okay.
I didn't even know what Azuki meant when she told me that we should name the dog Azuki. I was like, I like that name. It sounds cool. Which is kind of funny because people always name their dogs after food. I'm always like, man, people name their dogs bento, which means lunchbox. I'll name them Mizu or Sushi. I'm like, man, people need to get more creative with their names. And I'm always like, how does Azuki sound? I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. What does that mean? Little bean. God dang it. At least Sakura's named after a beautiful tree.
Sakura. that the cherry blossom tree?
Yep. No, that's a Naruto character.
I think she's also named after
Time for
cherry
some
blossom
treasure
tree.
hunting.
Also, one of the worst characters I've ever seen in any fictional universe ever. I hate Sakura so much.
I don't have the patience to watch that Naruto show.
She,
I'm back. Miss me.
not a good character. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, we did it. I only have the golden ones left.
Doesn't she like have the hots for Sasuke, whatever his name is?
Yeah, and it's so annoying because Sasuke just treats her like garbage.
Bring it on. Break.
Just like real life. What's that? Ox
I
core.
don't go to
You're
fantasy
all mine.
genre for real life equivalents.
Okay,
You
cool.
gotta go there
Let's
to
pop
feel
some
good.
core crystals.
We gotta pop some core crystals. We got 3 minutes left. We're gonna do it with. Hold on. Characters. I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm big dumb.
I could have told you that. Whoa! You gotta release a blade.
3 blades.
3 blades.
Let's create the path you believe in.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, she's engaged.
Yeah. Oh my god, when's the wedding? Get it? Get it?
Kiss my butt. I really hate that you said that.
Whoa.
So now we
What?
part.
You got rid of one mineralogy?
Oh, I'm stupid. Oopsie daisies.
Why would you do that? Watch, now we're gonna need mineralogy in the future. It's gone now.
That was 3 of them, right?
I guess so.
I see. Well,
Not for
take
sure, that's
care.
3. Oopsies.
I swear to goodness gracious, man. If we need mineralogy in the future,
You don't.
I'm gonna stare at you, Ben, and be like, Ben, didn't we have one mineralogy, but somebody let them go? Are you gonna use all 3 compassion boosters?
You use bravery first.
Alright. Are you gonna use both of them? Yeah, do it.
Actually,
Because you're gonna get a whole lot of those. You're gonna get an awful lot of those.
here we go. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. There's not enough tank rare blades.
Rare, common.
Come.
Common. That didn't look like common. Unless it's a cat or dog one. Yeah, it's common.
They're coming. It's coming, coming, coming. We got common
Electricity.
blades all dang days.
You are now my driver.
You are now my driver. No. I want a tank. Come on, give me a tank. Let's do truth boosters. Boom. Shakalaka
You better
beam.
tell the truth.
Better tell them truths. Haruzi badoozy. Here we go. Coming. Coming. Woo.
To be TBD, to be determined.
Yes,
Common.
Common. They're all common. Good grief. Ice. Oh, it's a tank though. Hey.
How do you know it's a tank? Oh, because of the weapon?
Yeah, the weapon. It tells you. Can't you read the tank right on the screen? Shizuki. What does that mean?
I don't know.
It's a water tank. That's pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Thank you.
Bravery.
Bravery.
Where are they supposed to be at? This is a weird room.
This is the dev room. Oh,
That looked rare.
that looks common.
Well, the first one looked rare.
Yeah, no.
First one looked really cool.
Yeah, that was
3
new.
girls in a row.
That was new.
Now I'll be right back. Feel free to do the episode.
Okay, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe.
Oh my god, you made it to the end of the video. You freaking rock. Can you do me one favor though? Before you leave, can you go down there, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. Sakura, for every subscription I get, she says that she will not shed one hair in my house. So more subscriptions means less hair from this little goober. So do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. She's serious. She'll do it.